welcome to another episode of Learning How to Make, and today I'm going to be making an almond spice cake, recipe by Mary Berry, ever so glorious. I was going to call her Queen of England again, but yeah, we all love Mary. And I've never had an almond spice cake before. The gist of it is, in the middle layer of the cake, you're going to have a marzipan. The first thing we're going to be making today is the marzipan. I'm going to admit I'm a little bit nervous. I've tried to make marzipan before and it got too oily. I think I over kneaded it. So this time we're going to try again and hopefully we'll have some delicious cake. If not, then c'est la vie. But yeah, let's get baking. So the first thing we're going to attempt to make is our marzipan, aka almond paste. So to start off with, I've got 225 grams of ground almonds. So I'm just placing that in my bowl. I've also got 225 grams of caster sugar. And then I've got 225 grams of icing sugar, and that I'm going to sift. We're going to add 2 eggs in there. So you can either add 2 whole eggs or 4 egg yolks. So I'm just going to add 2 whole eggs, actually. Take that. And 2. And finally, the last thing we're going to add is some almond extract. I actually made this myself back in 2018. Apparently it lasts forever. So I used some blanched almonds mixed with some vodka, and you let that rest for what I believe is 6 months, 3 to 6 months, and you have some almond extract. So I'm just going to add about 6 drops. I'm not sure what drops are, but I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to start off using my fork, and I will then move on to using my hands. And the idea is to mix this and knead it to a paste form. If you've seen a marzipan before, it's almost like a pasta dough in that shape and density, like Play-Doh, but just a bit tougher. It's actually crazy how much sugar there is in cake.
But also, if you adjust the measurement, sometimes it doesn't turn out.
Yeah.
What would be interesting is maybe substituting sugar for like honey. Like not for all recipes, but at least one is a bit more natural than the other.
Yes. The reason why I paused is because I feel if you're going to use honey, sometimes you have to be careful what recipe you're substituting, because honey has a different density and yeah. I'm going to start using my hands in a second, but before I do that, because the end goal is to wrap the paste in cling film, I'm just going to prep that now. I'm not going to lie, this still feels quite sticky. I thought it was going to be tougher. Yeah, my gut is telling me this is fine. Because we're going to place part of the paste, we're going to roll it out a little bit and almost have like a circular marzipan on top of our batter. To do that, my marzipan or almond paste is still quite sticky, so I'm going to place it in the freezer. Hopefully that hardens it up a little bit or quicker, but we'll see. Okay, so I've been thinking long and hard about how we're going to treat our almond paste or marzipan, because the idea is to roll it out into a circle. If you're rolling out something that has a lot of moisture in it, a lot of sugar in it, it's going to be really tough. And I suddenly remembered a trick someone told me, so shout out to Poppy. And What I'm basically going to do is put my marzipan on top of a cling film and then wrap it up with another cling film, or the longer side of the cling film, and then roll it out that way. So that's 100 grams of marzipan. I'm just going to put in the center right there. And just roll it out that way. There you have it. Actually, it looks like marzipan. It's not the tidiest thing, but I got a tear there. Obviously not a perfect circle, but I am just going to fold it in like Play-Doh. You're not really going to notice because it's going to be inside the cake, so I'm not too fussed about it. Okay, now for the easy part. We're just going to mix our main cake mixture of batter in a bowl. So I've got 175 grams of unsalted butter in here, 3 eggs, 175 grams of caster sugar, 225 grams of self-raising flour, 2 level teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and a quarter teaspoon of some ground cloves. We're just going to mix this until it's blended. So my lovely assistant has brought me a kitchen rag, or kitchen towel. Not a rag, it's not a dirty rag, it's just a towel. So I've got 75 grams of toasted smoked almonds, or flaked almonds I should say. I'm just going to fold that into our cake mix. So I'm just going to spoon half of my cake batter in my tin. I'm just trying to level this as best as I can. So next is our marzipan, and I'm hoping this comes off easily, although it doesn't look like it's the case. No, it's stuck to the cling film a bit.
You just want to dump that on top.
This is a painful one. I wish I knew how to do this well. Do you know what? I'm just going to have to place lumps of marzipan on top. Okay, now for the rest of our batter. So that's it. So I'm just going to put my cake batter in my oven, 180 degrees for an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And our cake should have risen and should look golden brown. So my my saucepan over here, I'm going to add about 50 grams of unsalted butter. I've got some light muscovado sugar, brown sugar. I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of double cream. And I've just got this on a medium heat, and I'm just going to stir that together until it blends. It's all blended and uniform. So I've just turned it up to a really high heat, and I want that to come to a boil. Then I'll turn it off and pour it on our cake. It's almost like a caramel topping. So let's just drizzle. And for the grand finale, flaked almonds. And we're done. This is definitely the part I look forward to the most, especially when I bake. So this is our almond spice cake, and from the outside it actually looks really well. Pretty much matches the picture in the cookbook. I'm pleased. Just has a nice tone to it, and the topping, nice gooey topping has kind of fallen on the side. A nice golden flaked almonds on top. Yeah. I just want to taste it now, so let's do that. Let's slice into it. Yeah, nice. So that's our beautiful cake. What I was hoping to see was if I had done the marzipan correctly and if it was thick enough, I guess I was hoping, or maybe the marzipan might have melted, but to see like a thin line or so right there in the middle, but we did what we could. I'll try my best next time. Smells nice. Cake looks very well done. It looks moist, not hard. Let's have a taste. To be honest, I'm not sure how to describe this. It's a cake. It's a cake. I'm getting a very subtle flavor of almonds, both from inside the cake, and obviously very sharp sweetness from the toppings and the flaked almonds on top. But if you can imagine a very light, almost like a Madeira cake. Actually, Madeira cakes do have almonds in them. So if you can imagine like a very light Madeira cake with just very light touches of almonds, that almond flavor around it. That's pretty much what it is. The other interesting part as well that I was getting was I obviously put some flaked almonds inside the batter as well. So you're also getting some crunch, which is different, which is nice. So I'm digging that. I can't tell you. It has like this, I don't know, umami or crazy flavor, something I haven't tasted before. This is a very simple home-baked recipe. Feels like a classic. Yeah, I did enjoy this. Thanks for joining me again today. If you made it this far, thank you. Like and subscribe. Hope you have a great day. Peace. Voila, we're done. It's beautiful mixed cake mix with some flaked almonds. I don't know why I just did that.